Feeling nervous about the first start and for major component work? Well, maybe you should.
Howdy y'all, you've seen the last 2 episodes, so today we're going to film the final boss episode and see if this thing's going to start.
Is it that nervous feeling again?
Yeah, it is.
Typically when we get nervous in the shop, we kind of just pace around here aimlessly and neither one of us do anything until one of us finally gets the gumption to actually move forward. Previous owner of this RD4 has actually become a pretty good friend of ours, and we were talking to him the other day, and it's actually been about 3, 4, maybe even 5 years since his head was taken off and the project was started. So it's sat for quite a while. Although it was inside, it's been covered, it's been kept very clean. We've checked most of the components in this machine, but one that we still need to address is the transmission oil level. I'll pull the plug right here and give it a check. So that's the plug right there on the passenger side of the D4, right here in front of the sprocket and behind the back carrier.
So we need water, gasoline, and diesel. I've checked both engine. You're going to check the transmission. I believe we checked the final drives.
We did.
And we should be ready to start.
I've checked the fuel pump. It's good.
Right.
And we've checked the pinion, starter pinion.
Yeah, we got it nice. It snaps in nice now.
Yeah, I did that. That was all me. This plug takes a 1/2-inch wrench, and it's just a square. Oh no, it's starting to seep out. It's cold in here. We're okay. And if it's low, we can fill it right here. We might pull the cover here and check these sock filters inside of this fuel filter tower. We noticed a little crack on here. I know that's pretty minute, not going to hurt anything, but we'll take a look inside of there. Maybe we'll dump a little diesel in there too to prime it.
If I remember right, I think we put 9 or 9.5 in lefty over there of water and antifreeze.
So that would be like 9 in the radiator and a gallon into the crankcase?
Yeah, as it turned out, I don't even think it was that much in the crank.
No, it wasn't. We had that oil milkshake that bring all the boys to the yard.
Yep, we're going to get a couple of these containers of Grandpa's favorite water pump lube and anti-rust snake oil. While this is dry, we're going to just put a vacuum in there and kind of clean that out to get any scale that might have rusted and fell off the top of the radiator. Yeah, that's good and clean.
Is it staying up there?
Yeah.
I guess from somebody's boat trailer or something, we have a little bit of this marine grease. I'm going to put some on the threads. Well, we kind of waver between NICs and grease back and forth. We've decided to give all the oil cups, the main clutch, the throwout bearings on the steering clutches, the other main clutch throwout, we'll give those a few squirts of just regular motor oil. We are out of gear. The clutch is in. We'll grease the rollers and everything outside after we get it kind of going.
Dad's going to dump a little gas up here in the pony motor.
He's also going to check for leaks and pay no attention to the tools on the floor. I'm in the middle of reorganizing everything. Let's go get Skitty so we can do some vehicle Tetris.
Wake up, Skitty! Diddly dee! I can move a D4 or 2 or 3. Sorry, head case, you're going outside temporarily. Where are we going? I don't want to go outside. We got a problem. We got antifreeze coming out. I think it might be that seal between the head and the block.
I don't know.
Or the bottom of the pony motor. I think it is the seal between the pony motor and the head.
Oh, no.
That went on really nice. Oh, no.
We interrupt this program for a special announcement.
We're good. Not again. Why, Whiskers, why?
Yeah, it's coming out of that gasket.
Is it really?
It is.
We still got the radiator pretty full.
Well, you know how that is. A cup full can look like a...
I know. Oh, this makes me sick to my stomach. All right, so I think I know what we need to do.
Run it.
No. I think we need to loosen the pony motor, tip it back, and resituate that gasket up there. We maybe don't have it right.
Because remember, that had one of them that fit in there.
It's flush. Yeah.
I wonder if we ran it, if it would quit.
Or did we fold that gasket up? Because I see it puffing out the bottom. I see the problem.
You do?
Yes. I'm not going to say it's an easy fix, but it's a doable fix. We don't have to pull the head off. We don't have to pull the head off. That's the good news. We just have to pull the pony motor off.
That valve's holding nice, see it?
Nice. Now
I just let a little drip into there.
Perfect.
So that's holding.
Good. Now we can drain it out and pull this off.
Folks, I absolutely promise we are not doing this for the drama. Dad and I are just bad mechanics. I've always said we are operators pretending to be mechanics. This is what operators do right here, this. We got this, we'll get it fixed. Hang tight.
Have you botched the install of a 3B7978 seal? Don't worry, Aaron. We'll have you running with a few easy steps. Your first step is to simply remove the firewall. Don't forget to drain what's left of the antifreeze. Now loosen the pony motor mounting studs and tip it back enough to replace the seal. You can also do things the hard way and completely remove the pony motor. You can't quit now, Aaron. You're almost done. Since you're past the point of return, you might as well install a 2A3483 gasket under the pony motor. Let's shake a leg, fellas. Get that pony motor and firewall reinstalled. Hold tight, Aaron. Don't forget to rock that pony motor back and install the seal. Do this before you tighten down the nuts holding down the pony motor. Great job, Greg. That firewall installation is tops. I'd like to say great job, fellas, but you have no one to blame for this but yourselves. Whiskers, you're gonna be the cat's meow. Remember, replacing any seal 3B is easy.
I can't really understate what a frustrating day it was. Things go well, you don't remember those days, but when things don't, you remember those days. Now that we've completed that mess, we're going to do one more thing. We're going to check the sock fuel filters inside the fuel tower. So Dad's opening that up right now.
You want the electric wrench? It's faster.
Nah, this is fine.
We didn't have those in 1950.
That's right. Actually, I'm 60s.
Yeah, well, whatever. Still boomer.
I tease Dad. I love you boomers. I really do. And that's from a Gen Xer.
Wait. Take the plug out of the bottom of the tower.
That would have been smart.
Yeah, I just thought of that after the fact. This just tearing into stuff, that's me.
Dad will think about it for 7 hours, and then we'll unscrew one bolt, but I just dive right in, and this is what we get. This will drain any of that sediment out. You should have left the pan where it was. Yeah, look how dirty that stuff is.
Is it?
Yeah. The stuff that come out of there was pretty gunky. Is it cork?
Yeah, it looks like it is.
The stems look the same as the ones on Lefty off the 7J fuel tower.
I don't have a new one of those gaskets. And this is a different one for the field upgrade RD4 taller fuel tower.
It went just like that.
Dad managed to save it, and then this whole stack of filters should come out of there. And there's another gasket exactly like that underneath. That's the sediment. That's a good thing that we drained it. Look at the junk in there. Look at that.
Yeah.
This is probably good. We should pull these out, and we might even want to flush this. Oh, look at the rust and dirt in that. The stove will eat it up, though. You know what? Let's change those. They look pretty gross.
They're not nice and white, are they?
And yes, I do stuff off camera. It's just, I usually have to man the camera so I can record stuff.
Yeah, those need changed.
We have some?
Yes, I do.
Let's change
one
them.
thing I do have.
Cloth ones?
Yeah, I can still get them, but they're hard to come by. I really have to, yeah.
Oh yeah, look at the sediment in there. We might want to just flush this out a little bit anyway. When we bought this RD4, they actually came with 4 brand new sock filters for this fuel tower.
Those filters are a 2A5886. I'm going to run out and get a little bit of diesel so we can top off that tower.
Just for a recap, these are a compressed spring that goes on that stem over there, and there's a tiny pin that goes through at the very top.
And then you got you got to be sure that that pin is down in this recess there. Yeah. In that recess.
Filters that came with this tractor are from 2005. Sorry, folks, I don't know if Cat still has those or not. I've gotten most of mine on the aftermarket market. Yeah. If you want to see more detail on how the fuel tower all goes together and the drain and everything works, I did one on Lefty, Little Lefty, so you might want to check that video out. I'm going to go about half full.
Cleaner. We'll bleed the system with the bleeder that's on the side of the cap.
That's plastic.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh, no wonder it's cracked. I'm going to be here for a while. All snugged up?
All snugged up. And I was we'll have to watch it. I was very careful not to over tighten those.
Right. And I'll have to bleed it from here. I'll have to bleed it over there. I'm going to have to bleed all the fuel barrels. I'll have to bleed all the injectors.
I'm going to be bled out by the end of the day.
Always remember to use clean fuel and keep it clean.
Almost forgot our pony motor fuel. I need a wrench.
What size?
7/16 maybe? Or half?
You need a line wrench too now.
Yeah.
I know where it's at.
He says he knows exactly where it's at, which is pretty impressively rare.
I ran across it already early this morning. So let's. What?
It's 1/2 inch.
The 1/2 inch one was here too.
I put it away.
I'll get it.
This is why the toolboxes are getting a big organization right now, because we can't find nothing.
Turn on our gas. Let me get some wrenches together. Are we ready to start this thing? Getting my fuel bleeder stuff together. Got my bleeder wrench. I got the other bleeder wrench. And I got a 3/4.
Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, once again, we're actually just going to put water in the system for now.
Hello, radiator. So we meet again.
Dad gets super embarrassed for me for the little voices I do out here in the shop. A lot of this I've gotten feedback from some little kids that love it. So I'm going to keep doing it. You'll just have to be embarrassed for me. And again, I'm not doing this for me anyway. This is for my boy. Dad's playing the piano. A little for Whiskers, a little for me. Remember to stay hydrated, folks. This is like a beautiful, like perfect day to start Whiskers.
You can see the mountains. Look how clear it is out here.
Okay, I pulled this through a couple times with the petcocks open. I got them closed.
Okay.
I'm going to open a little throttle, choke it, turn the mag on. Maybe pop it. I bet we're not getting any fuel.
Well, probably not yet. You know what? It ain't pulling it fast enough because we're still engaged with the engine.
Shouldn't be.
It moved the fan when you did that. Yeah, it's moving the fan.
We're thinking we might push this around and maybe at least bring up the oil pressure, and maybe that'll release it. So I've took the cover off. You can't reach in there. You can't undo it. The RD4 pinion seems like it's different. I took a picture inside of there, and it doesn't look like it has the back of the ears where you can squeeze it to release it. And so I don't know how to release it any other way.
So we pushed it back and forth and put it in gear to see if we get any oil pressure, and yep, we got oil coming up through there.
We checked the spark on the last video, but we're gonna double check it again because, you know, stranger things have happened. Yeah, it's sparking.
I have got the parts book out for 4G1 to 4G 99.99 because we are looking at the starter pinion. Now, this one has been engaged, snapped in, since we bought this machine, and the starter pinion dogs on the back of the pinion, you should be able to get in there and poke them loose, but they're these kind of beveled on the end, and I cannot get my hand around them to squeeze it and put them loose. As opposed to the one that we have on Lefty, you could get your hand in there, you could squeeze those springs, and bring it loose. Now I can reach in through this cover to the pinion back here, and I can get my hand on it, but I can't get them to move. Later 4G series tractors like Lefty here have a little access cover in here in the top cover of the transmission. Whiskers, our RD4 has none of that. So we're trying to figure out how we can get that to disengage, because we think that that is what's causing the issue and not letting us get that pony motor started, because we're getting fuel, we're getting spark. There's no reason it shouldn't fire. There is just no simple way to disengage an RD4 pinion on a pony motor without, and I hate that I'm even saying this, pulling the pinion out. And to do that, you have to remove the pony motor, which is what we just did. We've got water in this cooling system, and the thing is, nothing appears to be leaking. I don't know. We don't really want to do that. We're tempted to hook the backhoe or something up to this and pull it around and try and start it, or at least hope that inertia will kick that pinion out so that we can pull start this pony motor. This thing is like just the wrong level for everything. Giddy, you're relieved for the moment. We're gonna get John Denver out. Giddly-dee. We're not gonna risk pushing this RD4 and hitting that hydraulic tank and stuff on the back. We're gonna put some straps underneath on the chicken wings and pull it from the front with the backhoe. We're going to try and pull start it. Maybe the RD4's main engine, maybe the pony motor, who knows? They're both gonna turn when we pull it. I'm gonna go ahead and turn some diesel on. We're in a bit of uncharted territory here because Antique Caterpillar Machinery Owners Club, check it out, get a membership, worth it. But there's a discussion on this, and honestly, they did something very similar to what we're about to do here.
Are you gonna turn on your gas?
I did.
And your mag's on?
And the mag's on. I'll put it in fourth. I got diesel on.
Are you on run?
No, we're on start. Do we want it on run?
Well, yeah.
All right. We're on run. At least I don't have to worry about getting my foot caught in the tracks like I did on Buster. Did it kick it out?
Maybe.
I wonder.
Maybe.
Let me pull it with the rope.
Yeah, try it.
See if the main engine turns when I pull the pony motor.
No.
Oh, we're disengaged.
Yeah, and I can...
I can tell it feels better.
I can kind of feel, because see it, well, it don't want to go past there. And I'm not going to kick it in.
No, I think we disengaged it.
Yeah, finally.
So maybe let's see if we can get this started. So that's how you disengage a pinion that's stuck on an early RD4. You have to just pull it. Pull it fast. So the question is,
why won't our pony motor run? Choke off, mag on, wide open throttle.
Okay.
All right.
Just a little bit of air. I got air coming out up here. We'll get this. Yeah, I got diesel coming out of them. For Lefty here, way back when I started the project, I bought spark plugs from Caterpillar. They were nothing more than these 516 or D16 champions. So we're going to put a new set in the RD4. Sun's getting low. We got some pony motor issues, so I'm probably going to need to rebuild the carburetor or readdress something with the magneto. It might be timing. We got spark. It's just not, we're not getting it to pop at all. It's got gas. Flood's easy. I don't know. Maybe we're flooding it.
I think so.
Maybe it's just finicky and we need to mess with it a little more.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I think. We're gonna try and pull start the main diesel.
Got smoke!
It was smoking. Dad's gonna hook up. We're gonna give it one more try before we call it a day.
We got a long country road for John Denver to take us home.
If it starts running, then I'm gonna hop off, even if it's just hitting on 1 or 2 cylinders, and start bleeding things wherever we're at. I was bleeding at number 2 cylinder. I think we got to do something with the fuel barrel. So the next step is we're going to run it a little bit. The injector thing, we might have to do some adjustments on that fuel barrel, but we know how to do it. I know that it's number 2, but we're going to warm it up, get it inside, retorque the head, and then probably set our valves again. Sounds a lot throatier than Lefty did. I think that the hawk's working its way out. That was the forbidden 5th gear.
Okay, let's get to work. Gotta pull out the override. There you go. Nice. All right.
I like it. But the gauge worked.
All the gauges work. This fuel pressure gauge here on the tower works.
It was up in the green too, wasn't it?
It was. But Dad's oil gauge over there, it's got a little seep, just like the one on Lefty did when we first started. We got all the valves set, but we got one really important step we need to do. As cold as it's getting here at night, we need to get this pure water out of here and get some antifreeze into this engine block. I'll go ahead and drain this. You'll find a bucket, won't you?
Just bear with me, hang on.
Who here has made that bucket run when they thought they had a bucket big enough to hold everything and they didn't? We just did that yesterday, didn't we? We'll have to grease the rollers and stuff too. We're going to have to address the pony motor. Next time we run it, we're going to warm it up and change oil. But we're pretty happy with things, aren't we?
It ran pretty good. It's got a little pop now and then, but it's starting to work out.
Yeah, that's cylinder number 2, and it may have been just sticky. Who knows how new those rebuilt new old stock injectors, who knows how long they've been sitting on a shelf.
Well, and it could have been in this barrel too.
I think it is number 2. We'll keep an eye on it. Before we sign off for the day, I'm going to give that pony motor one more pull because Murphy's Law, well, if it's going to work, this is when it's going to work.
No. My gloves tore. It's time to go home.
Well, it starts. We're pretty happy with things. We got a few things to iron out, especially that pony motor. I'll probably end up taking that carburetor off and rebuilding it. It'll make Dad happy. I do want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Born to die.
Even these tractors.
God.
Out of the transmission and check the oil level. Dadgummit. And see if this thing's gonna start. Like the stove, right when I try to film.
But I will tell you where I was ever the most nervous. When I had my airplane and they put a new engine in it and a reman propeller. The first time you take up an airplane that's been all apart and all new stuff and hasn't been checked out, it's been run up, but that's nervous.
We like to live on the edge here.